Good morning, everyone. I walked out here this morning and I've realized how still and quiet everything is. People say it's not always like that here. Holy cannoli. Nature's very noisy. When I see things, I'm going to go out into nature for the peace and the calm. I'm going, okay, make sure it's nice and sunny and there's no wind and whatever else, going on. That's funny. It's just, I laugh over things like that. Oh, piggies are locked in. Because it's, you have to spend a long time out in nature in the wild, isn't it? Hi, guys. Good morning. In order to get this kind of peace and calm. And also it's overcast, as you guys can see. There's no sun out right now. So it's warm. It's actually a really warm day. It's not cold at all. On December, what's today? 9th, 10th? I don't know. Very quiet out there. Totally stillness. The stillness that people are looking for, right? Yeah. Just experienced that. And these are beautiful experiences when one notices, right? Because of preconceptions that people have about nature, then they're in nature and they realize, oh, the bugs, oh, the heat, oh, the cold, oh, the this, oh, the that. That's right. He's awful, buddy. Only if you actually live for a long period out in nature on a mountain, easy, will you actually experience that stillness, that peace, as I just shared out there. It's almost eerie, right? Yeah? It's beautiful. It's that, and it's when you take the time and you soak that up, it is good. You get to feel that, not just in the physical, but in the spiritual. It's a beautiful thing. Yes. It needs to be sought out. Discovered. And you have to make enough time to do so. Right? Oh, buddy. What you do to your bow? We're going to have to fix that. Again? Huh? Aw. I saw something this morning, and I felt like that one should set the record straight. Sometimes, in order to keep a certain position, come on, girls, come on, piggies. One leaves some things out or add some things to a story, or so that the path keeps going, per se. Don't mess with the piggies while they're eating. I don't think they're going to take kindly to that. Whoops. And, what? Why, hi, little one. You surprised me. Come here. Aw. You guys want to see? Look. Can you see it? You scared? Huh? Well, you think you have another day in you? Huh? Burley's gonna get you. Come on, I'm gonna let you out over here. Huh? Aw. Gus? Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't need to. We don't have what's called the kid of mice. How did you get in there? The heck did it get in that book in that vehicle? Because we have cats. One. Oh, looks like all the chickens are here today. And he'll get it. Otherwise, a couple of mice. Oh, but man, it's a barn. It's going towards Christmas. Who knows? In that barn place that Jesus was at, there might have been a mouse or two cruising around too. You know? You never know. If they're all God's creatures, and every creature is assigned to kind of keep another creature somewhat at bay, right? Yes. Okay. So I don't need to take that little life. For now. Now don't tolerate him in the house. Oh wait, I didn't need to close that up yet. Well, so, we all know that every nation has a place in this world. It has come to that with the restoring the Garden of Eden, where we are not just living for ourselves, we're not just existing in peace and harmony. Okay, I think that's quite clear. Yet, every nation, every people is a part of God's plan. Every nation, every people, every continent, any place on this earth is a part of restoration. To restore what? What do people need to restore, you guys? How many of you animals are being abused out there? Huh? Badly cared for? Worked like a horse? Then have to be rescued by someone else? Huh? Yeah, okay. Only one species, as I said before. And then, of course, if there is such a species on Earth that has members in the community, in their species, in their whatever, that are abusing the principles of creation, then of course they too need to be restored. First, you guys have hope for that? Huh? These animals here, after some time that they are here, they start to lose certain behavior that they adapted to just survive, like being scared of humans. Ozzy's still working on that a little. Come here, Ozzy. Come here. See, it's like, I'm good and happy right here. Here comes Gus. Gus has had a beautiful life till now. Now he's here. And of course, he's used to being treated well, so he's not scared at all. But Ozzy not so sure if a human is trustworthy, huh? Yeah, right? Yeah. Yes, see? Yeah. Or even an animal. Ozzy, I wouldn't do that. He's, Ozzy! Those pigs do bite if they're not happy with what you're doing. Oh, just gonna have to learn. You guys ready? So, in the Divine Principle, there is this story about on how God chooses a nation, for example, like Israel, and then he's looking for another nation another people to unite with his nation. So what we're trying to restore is God's sovereignty over everything. Ready? Watch out, Ozzy. Here he comes. Easy, boy. Easy. Oh, watch out. So, in the Divine Principle, it states that the Romans, after Jesus was born and grew up this net, were supposed to unite with the Israelites, right? And come to, instead of following their Roman gods, which, they all make such sense. Who's that then? Do I have to be mad? Okay, watch out. Watch out. Gus, you better not. Well, and the Romans failed in that. Now, after World War II, the United States, and that is one reason that Christians, Protestants, first came here, is to unite again with hopefully a ground for through parents, through father to come and work with. Korea is a really small country. On top of that, then it's divided, so it's teeny tiny, right? Well, Israel was the same thing. It was very tiny, very small. Now you add the Romans to it. Whoa, okay then, all right? Start to work to rebuild under that one God. Okay, so well, World War II kind of thing was the same thing. To unite, right, with South Korea, the United States, yes, there were other countries, but ours was the biggest one, per se. And then to start working throughout the whole world. Look at the influence. It's not guidance. Influence now. I don't call it guidance. The whole of the U.S. is influencing the whole world, really, when it comes down to it. So sad that it isn't more in the positive, but in so many negative things. But okay, we'll leave that out. So the United States, per se, became the daughter nation to South Korea. Kind of odd. Yeah. But that's the truth. And if you study the divine principle, if you go and the Bible, and you go a little bit deeper into it, you say, oh wow, this makes perfect sense. Of course it makes perfect sense. It's God's plan. Right? The thing is, though, do people follow God's perfect plan? No. Then things go south. But during the time when Jesus was put on the cross, people have to remember it wasn't the Romans who weren't willing to actually follow that one God of the Israelites. It was the Israelites who put Jesus on the cross. That Roman, Pontius Pilate, his wife had a dream. Said, Dad, you wash your hands off of that. That is not. And that guy listened to his wife and said to them, okay, I'll let you choose. You're God. Got 2 guys for you. Which one you want? And they wanted the criminal free. Barabbas. Right? Wanted a criminal free rather than a good man who had done nothing but good for them, yet challenged what? Their religion. Challenged their religion. How about the Roman soldier, whatever he was, some kind of an official comes to Jesus and says, please would you, I know I've heard of all the wonderful things you're doing, can you please heal my servant? What did Jesus say? Your faith healed your servant. You see? So was it the Romans that didn't unite with God? Or was it actually God's own people who didn't unite with God? And why didn't they? Because Jesus brought solidarity to the fundamental laws of God. One man, one woman, for example. Charlie, no, Charlie, no, come on, out, go on, this is not your space. Go. No, I don't need to have that happening out there. Then, at the time of Jesus' birth, yes, it was a Roman, very selfish, degraded, probably pervert king, no doubt. Who in the right mind would go and start slaughtering children up to 2 years old in their own community just because they can and because of their own what? I don't know how old that dude was, but it's a baby. It takes time to grow up. Right? How long did that king think he was going to live anyway? Might have already been 40, 50 years old. Right? 60 years old. You know, he's a perverted guy again. See, it always comes to that. Perverted, sick guys out there who only have one thing in their head. Okay. Here goes, yeah. Rule. Kill all the newborns up to 2 years old. to make sure that that threat that he felt wasn't going to be there. Horrific. Horrible. Yet, okay, with Spirit World together, and then the 3 wise men that came and had stopped, but there's different stories out there, had stopped by that king. Well, looking for the baby in a royal palace, right? That's how that king got King Herod wind of it. And then they too, they got a message. Don't go back there. Don't go and tell them where you found it. Okay. But then 30 years later, 33 years later, it wasn't the Romans who put Jesus on the cross. It was Jesus' own people. That's something to think about. In Malachi, towards the end of the chapter, if you read it, it says, God said, if you will believe, great glory will come to your people. But if you don't, suffering will follow. The Christians, after Jesus' death, were persecuted, killed, judged, I don't know what, tortured for 400 years. And then it still took, I don't know how long, for the Israelites to accept Jesus. A lot of them still don't. That's why ultimately God had to go and look for another nation. Well, anyway, that's what I wanted to say today. As well, in the New Testament, in Matthew, the 1st chapter, there is a lineage, genealogy in there, to where, how God worked all through the Old Testament to get that lineage going, to the point then on where Jesus could be conceived by Mary. And at the end of that genealogy, that lineage, it says there was Joseph. There was the father of Joseph, the grandfather of Joseph. Then it goes, and through that particular, the next one was Joseph, the husband of Mary. Joseph is the father of Jesus. God prepared that lineage in such a way that then Jesus could be born by his mother, Mary, and father, Joseph. You see? And of course, the heavenly parent, Jesus, where a child, God could regard a child as his child, was Jesus. His lineage, the firstborn in his lineage, per se. You see? Yeah. Okay. Well, so, yeah. Little deeper study. And the myths, the incredible stories of this and that will fall away, and we get to realize, wow, actually, God said after the 6th day, looked at his creation, including humankind, everything was good. Everything he created was good. Just because our heart to minds are not in the right place, just because we are not following the laws of heaven, physically we're still exactly as we were designed by the heavenly artist, by our heavenly parent. There's nothing has changed there. We still function pretty much. Yes, there are diseases, I don't know, because people alter. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to go into that. fundamentally, it's all still there. 2,000 years ago, it definitely was still all there. Then why suddenly would God say, yeah, that guy, a man's not going to be good enough to provide the seed for the womb of Mary, of this woman. So the woman was good enough. Oh, interesting, but the man wasn't good enough? Oh. So people come up with these stories, fantastic stories about the conception of Jesus, disregarding that according to heaven, according to God, after the sixth day, everything was good. Everything was perfect. Everything was created perfect. Now, perfection, his own perfection, suddenly not good enough to create a sinless child? Think. Yes, that's where your heart to mind comes into play, comes where you start to work. Again, you do not get to change the laws of heaven just because you feel like it or it fits your agenda better. Don't get to do that. It's not easy to go with absolute truth. It's a hard thing to do. Facts, absolute truth. And you see, a lot of people think, well, God's just, or who knows? But the thing is, well, that's just another excuse to not do as well as we could, right? Really, when it comes down to it. Well, anyway, there we go. Our little family might be on their way right now to go on and take that trek to Bethlehem for census registration. And it's interesting on how year after year for 2,000 years now, year after year after year after year, that journey comes to life for 1 month of the year. That's a great accomplishment for Christians out there, I think. A great accomplishment. It's a beautiful accomplishment. Yeah. And to remember that little family 2,000 years ago plus on their way, the struggles, this and that. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Anywho, that's what I wanted to say today. Chapter 14. I'm so mixed up. Part 5. Yes? 5, 6. Ugh. Month of December. Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! I have an all-time favorite Christmas song. Not from my childhood, but I hear it. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine. Oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night. Oh, night. Oh, night. Oh, night divine. And here I stand. God's love and blessings always. I will talk to you all another time. Guys, you're going to help me clean the barn?